Students who understand the flying system should know that among domestic handle manufacturers, Feiji has always been a manufacturer that likes to play black technology the most. Whether it's the words of the second-generation Octopus, the sliding action part is still the force of the third generation of Octopus. The trigger and screen are the first attempts in the domestic allergy circle. Regardless of the actual effect, this spirit of daring to innovate, it can still promote the development of the entire industry. Not long ago, Facebook sent their latest product, Black Warrior 3 Pro, as a sub-flagship series under Face. Will this Black Warrior 3 Pro also be equipped with some black technology that you haven't seen before? In fact, I got the engineering prototype at the beginning of last month. But understand everything you know about engineering prototypes. Even the one you see now is not the final release version. However, the problems of the previous engineering version have been solved. This time the Black 53 Pro has 3 colors, namely the white standard version, Black Pro version, and Children's British Network Lock Dragon Limited Edition. So it's nothing to say green. Support PC, NS, iOS and Android 4 platforms. The entire appearance, design and the style of non-production has always been in the same vein. At a glance, you can see whether it is a non-priced product, especially the action keys. The ZC expansion button at the bottom right and the mobile phone holder at the top are really persistent. The sub below the logo is RGB light bar. It can give players a buff action piece that increases the level of competition by 50%. The arrangement of Xbox titles is adopted. On the back are the platform gear adjustment switches, Assassin expansion button and 2 trigger locks on the left and right. The bottom is equipped with 2 metal contacts as standard to match the charging base. If you only look at the appearance, this is a decent multifunction handle. But once you get used to it, you will find that there are still quite a lot of differences. Of course, because the appearance of the mold does not change much. Therefore, in terms of grip, there is not much change compared to before. Don't regret that the grip is still not overlaid. It is still the treatment of the thunder carving fan pattern. Next, let's mainly look at the feel of the buttons. First of all, the action keys. In essence, it is still a solution of bullet wall silicone and micro-movement. Because the micro-movement feel at this stage is different, each manufacturer will, according to their own preferences, gently polish the feel of the action piece. This Black Warrior 3 Pro is somewhat similar to the optical axis in terms of the touch of the action parts. The trigger force is very small, but the construction is slightly higher. Because many students in the previous Octopus 3 have reported that the buttons are a bit hard, so this time the Black Warrior 3 Pro button feel is softer. However, I personally prefer the action keys and feel of Octopus 3. The direction still follows the previously acclaimed shaft scheme. It is excellent in terms of trigger speed and hand comfort. With the installation of Black 53, at present the flight system has put this set of directional mirrors. The solution is equipped with its own handle as standard. I also tested the lower arrow key, the case of creation. It was found that there was no phenomenon of creation. In addition to the 2 expansion buttons on the front, the Black 513 Pro still uses 4 expansion buttons on the back. The trigger part is a heavy tin. In the past, trigger locks were simply locked to form. At the same time, at the software level, the line value becomes nonlinear, but the feel has not been optimized. For some that do not require a linear trigger, at the same time, games that do not require quick triggers will sacrifice feel. And this time the Black 53 Pro is in the mode of linear trigger. It is a simple Hall linear trigger. But when we push the slide lock on the back up, you'll be amazed. This trigger turned out to be a microswitch non-linear trigger. Guaranteed feel in any situation. And this is also the biggest innovation brought by this Black 53 Pro. Green gun change trigger. Innovations like this are the ones that truly enhance the user experience. Do you think the mystery on the trigger ends here? In fact, there is no other than this innovative force change trigger. Flying Spur also added trigger vibration to the trigger this time. Support for Spox's native vibration. This will undoubtedly greatly increase the player's parade experience. During the time I was using it, the experience was really good. Especially the Horizon reached 90% of the original Spox controller. As a third-party manufacturer's product, it is really very good. In terms of waist feel, Feiji has always been one of the best brands in China. Always adhere to the factory no dead polishing method. Be reasonable. I personally admire it very much. Courage. It is really a big outer ring cut and very good. The error rate is about 10%. There is no jitter or needle loss near the center point, and the slippery degree is full. Cross area there is no problem. And this Black Warrior 3 Pro is equipped with. It is also the latest GH16 Hall from the Empty Silver family. Joystick. Coupled with the exclusive algorithm optimization of the flying system, the comprehensive performance is very strong. In the actual play experience, whether it is the latency performance of the receiver, There is no problem with the stability of the signal. It is worth mentioning that this flight system has also begun to roll up this rate of return. Tested both wired and wireless. The return rate of the handle can be about 500 Hz. The performance in this wireless state can be said to be invincible. But can you really feel the difference? Next, let's take a look at the disassembly. In fact, the flying system has always been very reassuring in terms of workmanship and materials. Except for the Direwolf, after all, that one is too cheap. After the TV cabin, the motherboard leak must be standard. We can see it after dismantling the machine. See the principle of this vertical switching flight. Without locking, this is a standard Hallbahn aircraft. After locking, when the player presses the flight at this time, this mechanism will press the micro button below. The whole mechanical structure is still very ingenious. Students who often watch my videos should know the principle of this arrow key, so I prefer to call it a floating cross. When we take down the motherboard, you will find the microfocus part of the group arm of the action button. In fact, it is made of imitating the feel of the conductive label, but after adding the slight movement. This feel is not conductive glue at all. So what happened? In general, this Black 53 Pro inherits the flying system. Has always been a habit of making this series, whether it is excellent workmanship, crazy stacking, or innovative exploration, everywhere revealing pure flying blood. In my opinion, the price of domestic handles is actually 300 yuan. You can make a bucket handle. This is undoubtedly the case with the Black 53 Pro. 500 Hz unlimited gold play rate. Hall joystick plus Hall trigger, vibration and other functions are standard on flagship controllers. The 10 million trigger hinge type, the cross arrow, is the epitome of Feiqi's own innovation. There's just a little bit of pre-sale white standard 279 Black Pro. Version 329, I don't know if you can accept it. By the way, the Zorro limited edition is 379.